Hello everybody, and here we are at the end of week 4 of term, and I'm very pleased to say that we haven't had any further confirmed cases of COVID-19 in our community, which is obviously good news. We do have a number of both staff and pupils self-isolating at the moment, which you would expect. It's common across all of the schools around here. That challenge therefore of hybrid teaching remains acute, and having observed some lessons this week and seen the teachers trying to manage both the children at home who are dialing in for the lessons and the class there present as well, it is really difficult. A further plea on two fronts. One is if they're not self-isolating but they're ill, please could they not join in those meetings from home. I know I've said that a couple of times now, but it really is important. And the second plea is that if parents who are at home with their child who's self-isolating can be very mindful of the difficulty that the teacher is facing here, trying to manage that space. In particular, we've had some reports this week of parents trying to engage with the teacher through the chat, asking for technical support and asking other questions. And that adds yet another complexity to managing an already very complex situation. So please could that not happen so that we can make sure the hybrid teaching and learning is as effective as it possibly can be throughout the course of this year. Thanks also for your understanding of lunch. We absolutely understand that it's not perfect. We are racking our brains to think how we can get it better. We need to get it better if we possibly can, both for the children and also for the staff. It's not ideal. The situation is not ideal. However, we are bound to a large extent by the legislation and guidance from government, and that makes things tricky. So please be reassured, we are doing our best. If we can change things for after half term, we will. But in the meantime, thank you very much for your understanding as we do try and get, thousands of hot meals out every day in a very tight period of time. A number of things from this week that are causes for celebration. It's been lovely to see Forder up and running now across the whole college. It's really great to see those activities starting up and the children obviously running around the school, enjoying everything that they're going on to do alongside their curriculum studies. There have been some very good evening events. Was really impressed by the e-safety talk and evening yesterday, and I know a number of you joined up for that, so I hope that was helpful with that external speaker. But I've had some feedback from parents to say they really did appreciate it, so I'm pleased to hear that. There was then a dynamic parents evening in the senior school, which again was very well received. That's based on a model that's already been in place in the junior school, but again a very successful evening, and my thanks to the staff who made that happen, and to you as parents for signing up in such large numbers. That was great to see. Our pupil responsibilities start up in earnest. Pupil Parliament's really cranking into gear now. We'll start hustings next week on that. And of course the junior school responsibilities are also announced this week, and I know that was a very exciting moment for everybody in the junior school. Next week was due to be Black History Week as a focus. We have decided to move that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. As a consequence of that, we're actually now looking at mental health awareness as being the theme of that week, and details of that week will be circulated in due course. But clearly it's timely and a really essential focus for all school communities at the moment, mental health awareness. I believe there's a Wear Yellow Friday coming up where you just have to wear yellow clothes. So your children, I'm sure, will already know about that, but and if they don't, then details will be circulated very soon. The reason I've moved Black History Week as a focus is purely because I want to make sure we get it right, and it does rather go hand in hand with the broader audit that we're undertaking through the Diversity and Inclusion Working Group. If you remember, that group met last week, Old Dunstonians, current parents, former parents. We all met, those of us who are particularly passionate about this topic, to agree that we would undertake an audit of the diversity and inclusion across this organisation. I'm very pleased to say that I've engaged the professional services of Garvey Seaton, who's an Old Dunstonian, didn't leave too long ago, but now runs a company that specialises in this particular area, and he's going to work starting on Monday with students and staff here in the organisation to really try and get the measure of where we are currently, all the good things that we do, as well as to understand what areas might be developed further in that area, and he will take those findings back to the working group once that process is complete, in order that we can ensure that we have a really robust action plan for how we get better. We talk about being ambitious and forward-thinking as a community, and I absolutely believe that's true. So we should be sector leading in this area, and that's my intention. And I'm very pleased to be working with Garvey in taking this really essential area forward. All of that is why I have delayed the focus on Black history, because I want to make sure that this audit it couples with that. So in particular, I'm hoping that actually Garvey might help us lead some of the events across the course of that week once we've identified exactly when it's going to happen for us as a school community. But for next week, our focus is on mental health awareness. And we look forward to that consideration over the course of the following week. And in the meantime, I hope you have a very good weekend and that this horrible wet weather dries up for us all, and we can have and enjoy the Saturday and Sunday. Thank you.